a dollar bin. Guess you forgot your galana bin. You can't get loose, get your guts, got your tongue again. Rope burn on your hand, are you numb yet? I can go into meditation. Morning night, I can deal with everything. Every night, I can make it.
Thank y'all for tuning back in to the channel. It's your boy, Pelican Bay Kennels, giving you that dog news the way I always do. Fair and unbiased, some gonna like it, some ain't. Thank y'all for subscribing to the channel. Like I always say, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that button so you can be in tune when I drop the videos. Don't forget to get up in the comments like your brothers and sisters always do. Don't forget to hit that like button before you get up out of here. Let's get into it. All right, to start this show off today, we having the dog food battle of the week, which is going to be Bully Max versus the Blue Buffalo. Blue Buffalo versus the Bully Max on the dog food smash up versus of the week. You know, which one is better? Which one is better for your dog? Which one is your dog going to benefit from? And does it matter the breed of the dog? You know, could you be, could Bully Max be, if just say if Bully Max was the best breed of dog food, is it just for pit bulls? Or could you feed your Labrador Retriever and it be the best dog food for your Labrador Retriever? So we're going to get into all that, you know, Bully Max and Blue Buffalo. Let's get into it. There goes the old saying, when you're feeding the best, you feed less. And Bully Max, from Bully Max claims, you know, that's true. So we're going to start with a few things and we're just going to put them side by side with the Bully Max and the Blue Buffalo. Servings per bag. With the Bully Max, you get 54 servings per bag. With the Blue Buffalo, you get 34. And in this case, with the Bully Max are claiming they're so famous for feeding less food and getting the results that you're supposed to get with your dogs. You know, Bully Max claims that when you feed 3 cups of this kind of dog food, you only got to feed 1 cup of their dog food, you know, to get that same, you know, result from it. So that's where we get 54 servings in a bag from the Bully Max, and we get 34 servings from the Blue Buffalo. Both of the dog foods, neither one of the foods contains corn, wheat, or soy. So both dog foods are good on that end. Okay. Now we go to the calorie per cup. Calorie intake per cup. And for those who, you know, feel like the calorie intake is important to what they're doing or their dog program or their dog, Bully Max calorie intake per cup is 535. Blue Buffalo calorie intake per cup is 378. Okay. All right. So we got the 54 servings per bag over the 34 servings per bag. Both dog foods are wheat-free, corn-free, soy-free. We got 535 with the Bully Max in calories over the Blue Buffalo 378. Okay, now we move on to the next is a 15-pound bag. How long will a 15-pound bag last you? Okay, on the Bully Max, a 15-pound bag is supposed to last 27 days. And I'm taking this as for one dog, 27 days for a 15-pound bag of Bully Max. 15-pound bag of Blue Buffalo is supposedly lasting your dog 17 days compared to 27 days of the Bully Max. Okay. So, you know, you can figure that into the budget or whatever. All right, the next thing is the recall. Bully Max has yet to have a recall so far, but we also know that that's a relatively new food. So they have no recall so far, with Blue Buffalo, you know, having recalls throughout their, you know, existence. And the total cost per day, they got the Bully Max at $1.24 a day, and got the Blue Buffalo at $1.39 a day, and that's feeding one dog. And when it comes to the carbs, Blue Buffalo has got the barley, the brown rice, chicory root, flaxseed, oat fiber, oatmeal, potatoes, potato starch, rye, rice, rice bran. So they high on carbs as well, you know. So when it comes to the Bully Max, you know, on the other hand, you know, they got some very great products in the first 5 ingredients. They got the chicken meal, brown rice, chicken fat, dried beet pulp, and ground sorghum, and as well as pearl barley. So Bully Max got great ingredients for the first 5 ingredients as well. But the thing is, my thing is, all the way around the board, it's gonna come down to one thing, which is the major thing. You know, the cost of the food. You know, the cost of the food, because we're looking at a 50-pound bag or a 40-pound bag of Blue Buffalo. We're looking at around $50, $60 at the most after taxes. Okay, now we're looking at a 5-pound bag of Bully Max. Now we're talking about 5-pound bag, $20. 15-pound bag of Bully Max, $45. 40-pound bag of Bully Max, $120. 60-pound bag of Bully Max, $179. 80-pound bag of Bully Max, $239. Okay, let's stick to the 40-pound bag. $120 for a 40-pound bag of Bully Max, $50 for a 40-pound bag of Blue Buffalo. Okay, from what Bully Max is saying, you know, is that it's going to take you 2.5 bags of Blue Buffalo to do what one of their bags is doing. Now, if this is true, Bully Max is a bad cat. But at the end of the day, dogs need, you know, every dog is the same, but every dog is different. You know, especially when it comes to different breeds. And just me myself personally, and like I said, this is my own personal opinion. If I'm feeding my dogs, say 1 cup of the food I'm feeding out, not 1 cup, but 1 scoop, maybe that's probably about 2 cups. If I'm feeding my dogs 2 cups of food right now, or the other food, and they got them looking good, and then Bully Max telling me I can cut down to 1 scoop to get the same results. I mean, somebody just got to try it. I'm not going to lie to you. I never tried the Bully Max dog food. You know, I got feed too many dogs to, even mess with it. You know what I'm saying? To even mess with it. It sounds like it's a great dog food. I'm quite sure if it does what it says it does, you can feed 30 dogs with it. You know, you can feed 40 dogs with it. You know, if you can save dog food by feeding the Bully Max. But the thing is, when you gaining something, you're losing something else. So my whole thing is with the Bully Max and the Bully Max food and the Bully Max powder for the canine supplement. My whole thing is, when I hear the word bully, I automatically think bulky. Although they're trying to give you the things your dog need, the stuff your dog needs to thrive, I think, just my opinion now, I think they're focusing on the bulkiness of the dog as well, more than other things. You know what I'm saying? And me, myself, I'm not focused on the bulkiness in the dog. I'm focused on the health of the dog, the total health of the dog. It's nice to give them muscles, and it's nice to have them looking all big and all that, but that's not what I'm focused on. I want an athlete. I want a track star. I'm not trying to build a bodybuilder. I'm trying to build a track star, somebody who can run marathons. Now, when you look at this picture right here, this is the amount of Blue Buffalo that they're claiming you have to feed to get, this amount of Bully Max, which is a way smaller amount. Now, like I said, every dog is different. Every dog is different. Some dogs run more than others. Some dogs just sit there on the chain, don't move at all. You know, every dog is different. Even in the same breed of dogs, so many different dogs doing different things that their body is gonna need different kinds of food. I can say feed your dog blue buffalo all day, but your dog thrives better off Purina. You know, I can say feed the Bully Max all day, but your dog thrives better on Victor. Your dog thrives better on Retriever. Your dog thrives better on Diamond. You know, different dogs. You really have to look at your dog. Because I had a pit bull one time. As a puppy, he couldn't eat puppy chow. He would always throw the puppy chow up. He would always throw it up. I had to go get grain-free dog food for him. And I learned that at a very, very young age. You know, it just had to be grain-free. He'll throw everything else with the grain stuff in it up. And, it's just different dogs, man. You might have somebody who dogs getting fed $15, $12 dog food for a 50-pound bag, cost you less than $15, and their dog look like they on Uber Canuba. Because at the end of the day, it's less the food, because I'm going to tell you the honest truth. Like I said before, my mama got a dog. The dog just turned 20 years old this year right here. It's a house dog, a mixed Schnauzer breed. All right. The dog only ate kibbles and bits his whole life. Commercial brand kibbles and bits, the real kibbles and bits, his whole life. And we all know that ain't the kind of dog food we out here talking about or we trying to feed. That's commercial dog food. But at the end of the day, the dog 20 years old. How many dogs we got to make it to be 20? The dog eating kibbles and bits. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just your dog, man. It's just your dog and what suits your dog and what suits your dog body. You just really have to pay attention to how much stool coming out, how the stool looking, how your dog acting as far as energy-wise. When your dog eat this food, because if you really pay attention to your dog, you can see the difference in his energy level in certain foods. You feed him this food, you can see him acting a certain kind of way from when you feed him the other food. And that's what you got to pay attention to. All that type of stuff. Like, all that stuff matters. How much the food affects your dog well-being. That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Because my dog can eat all this, but your dog can't eat it. And then I sit here tell you that this food is great, but then it turn around and destroy your dog. So, you can't do it like that. You really got to pay attention to each dog. You know what I'm saying? Because my dogs might look good or your dogs might look good and we feeding them Taste of the Wild or we feeding them Science Diet. That don't mean that other brother dog gonna look good off Science Diet or Taste of the Wild. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I just think I'm a firm believer of every dog is different. And I'm a firm believer of if your dog wormed out and wormed out good like he's supposed to be and all that type of stuff, it's more important than the food you feed them far as, it's not more important. It has a lot to do with how your dog looking. You know what I'm saying? The food you feed them is definitely important to his health and his health and life and all that stuff like that. So take that in standpoint too when you start feeding dogs super cheap food. It may be holding them down, it may be holding them over, but is that food healthy for that dog in the long run? Is it going to give them heart problems? Because it has been said that the blue buffalo will give heart problems. But it's not a fact. And I haven't heard it from I just heard somebody say that before. The blue buffalo will give them heart problems. But I'm not sure. All I know is with the blue buffalo, I fed as a puppy and I got good results from the blue buffalo. Great results from the blue buffalo I fed with young dogs. I never tried the Bully Max because I'm not gonna lie, it's a little out my league. I never went to the store and bought one bag of dog food for $120-something. You know what I'm saying? I just can't see myself. I have to get used to feeding a dog a real small amount and he can still hold that same weight on him. You know, that's something to get used to. Because anybody that get that same dog food, no matter what they say you can feed them, you can be like, man, I'm feeding my dog this amount. You know what I'm saying? Maybe until you start seeing your dog getting too big, and then you got to draw back from it. You know, but by then we done spent so much money. You know, 2 bags, I was spending $240. 2 bags. Man, shit, I damn near can get a half a pallet of my dog food. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no, not literally, but, you know, I can get a few bags, you know what I'm saying? Because when we really look at these dog foods, man, at the end of the day, every 6 months, one is better than the other one. You know what I'm saying? One is better than the other one every 6 months. They come out with another food that's doing this, another food that's doing that. Back in the days, Uber Canuba was the food to get your dog fat. That was the top of the line dog food way back in the days. You know, but then they come out with the next food that's supposed to be better than this Uber Canuba. This one's supposed to be this one. You don't even hear people talking about Uber Canuba no more. You know what I'm saying? There's like so many different foods out. Like every 6 months, they coming out with something different. So it's really just, you know, your own opinion, using your dog man judgment, and you know, getting the best thing for your dog. What makes your dog happy, running around on the chain looking like, you know, he ready to go play. Now, Bully Max stands up to what the company says on the website, and, you know, to the ingredients and, you know, the packaging and all that, then I must say that it's one of the top dog foods to be reckoned with. You know what I'm saying? I gotta say that. You know, but what knocks the whole thing down is the price. You know, some people will be like, man, they'd rather work with the price than worry about they'll add stuff to their dog food. If we gotta add eggs, we'll add some eggs. I'll get me a $20, $20-something bag of dog food, add some eggs and stuff to it, and you know, some more things to get some more proteins and different things up or whatever, or fat or different things up, and that'll be a whole lot cheaper. You know, so that price is a big factor when it comes to buying dog food. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to buying dog food, everybody wants to feed their dog the best, but at the end of the day, that's a price that you know what I'm saying? That's a big boy price there. You know, that's a big boy price there. You know, and a lot of people, you know, like I said, it ain't worth it for them to go buy that expensive food when they can buy something a whole lot less. Or okay, if they gotta feed a little bit more, it's cool, but it's a whole lot less. And like I said about the protein powder, the Bully Max protein powder, you know, as well. I'm just not comfortable with the Bully Max stuff because of the name Bully on it. At the end of the day, I know the bully means bulky. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I'm not going for bulk. I'm going for athleticism. I want the athletic look. I want the hunt. I know I'm more wanting the hunt dog look. You know what I'm saying? The slim dog. You know, and you know, from the look of things, Bully Max is running the game as far as what they say they have to offer in their dog food compared to a lot of other dog foods. You know, I haven't used it. You know, seems like a great dog food, but I can't give my opinion about the way it does your dog because I haven't ever used any of it. But I thank y'all for coming to the channel, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all hit that button. Don't forget to hit that like button before you get up out of here. Hit that subscribe one. Don't forget to get up in them comments. Y'all stay safe out there. PBK9s. Y'all have a great day.